Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in to my video. I'm filming this live right now on Ustream.tv. Channel name is Miss Allie K. And thank you everyone again for tuning in. This is my first live stream. Yay! Woohoo! I'm excited. The reason that I'm doing this live stream is because I have found 2 years ago in October. Hold on, I'm reading chat a second. Okay, yeah, there was some confusion I was mentioning earlier about how I had done a test yesterday. And I recorded the video. And it was up on my Ustream, and some people were kind of confused coming in if this was the live one or the last one. But Jean here says I can set my channel to show a slideshow when I'm offline instead of the last recording, and it will be less confusing. And I do think that that would actually be a good idea. I didn't mean to confuse anyone coming in, because I know I didn't start right at, 3 Eastern I was going to start. And I started maybe 5 minutes after that. So people were coming in and confused. So anyway, thanks for the information, Jean, and I will look into that. So as I was saying before, the reason that I'm doing this video is because 2 years ago, I had stumbled upon a video on YouTube. I was looking actually for Inktober ideas. And for those of you that don't know, Inktober is a challenge set by Jake Parker where you're supposed to do one ink drawing every day in October. And I'd heard about it, I don't even know where I found out about it initially. But I was looking for ideas, and I stumbled upon a video from Dee Dee Willingham on YouTube, and she was showing her Inktobers. And I thought they were really cool, and I was watching a bunch of them, and she mentioned in her videos that she live streams on Ustream.tv every Monday. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. So one Monday I got up, she does morning streams, and so I got up and I went to her live stream on Ustream, and that was kind of where it all started. I ended up really liking it, and she does all kinds of things. And from her channel, I found lots of other Ustream artists, and kind of got into the Ustream art community. And I've been watching people do live art videos for 2 years now. And I thought maybe it was time that I tried a live video and showed some of my art stuff and whatnot. So that is what I am doing today. So I hope it goes good. I think when I start to show my art, I'm going to have to change some of the settings, because I have it kind of set up like the lighting and such for these little sock monkey and whatnot that I have on the screen right now. So when I get out my sketchbook, I'll have to change that back, I think, to how I had it set up before for a black and white image. But that's okay. I also wanted to mention, I know it's kind of standard on Ustream art videos to say this, but I thought I would say it here on this stream in case someone is tuning in that is not familiar with Ustream art community. Kind of how it works is there's a live chat here, so I will be talking to people in the live chat, and not just talking to myself, obviously. And if you are talking people in chat amongst yourselves, feel free. But if you want to mention something to me, what most streamers do is they just have you put your comment in capital letters. so that it grabs my attention. And that's kind of how I'm going to run things here too. I think that's a nice way to go about it. So I know if you're talking to me or just to yourselves. Oh, I see, Linda has tuned in. So, hi Linda. So I'll go ahead and get one of my sketchbooks out. Now, this sketchbook that I'm going to show you is not real recent, but it's not real old either. I'd say within the last 5 years. And I thought I'd go ahead and show some of my drawings that I've done. So this is the first one. And it's in color, so I might have to adjust some of the settings. We'll see. Let me take these guys out here. Oh, no, it didn't do too bad, actually. Now, it's not finished, which you'll see that's kind of a theme with me, is starting things and not finishing them. The colors here are, they're a little muted. You see the little brown on the bottom left is really supposed to be red. So I'll try to adjust the settings here and see if I can get the colors to be somewhat more truer here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be changing, so it'll be an experiment here. Let's try saturation, maybe that was it. No, that wasn't it. Oh, here, my white balance is not on auto. Do that first. Okay, it does look a little more. I don't know. And I think a lot of people kind of have this problem with the colors, getting the colors to be true. But I guess I'm okay if it's not 100% true. So while I'm monkeying around with the colors here, I realized I didn't really do an introduction about myself here. So I thought maybe you'd like to know a little bit about me first of all. My name is Allie, obviously, and I'm 24 years old. And I do still live at home with my parents for now while I'm going to school. And I'm going to school right now at a local technical college. And I kind of went back and forth. First I did graphic and web design, and I didn't finish that. And I kind of went to computer programming. I didn't know if I really liked that. So I finally, this semester, I decided what I wanted to do a little more definitively. I decided I wanted to work with medical records, like at a doctor's office or a hospital. And so right now I'm taking my first class in that program. They have a program that's health information management. So that's kind of what I'm in right now. And the class I'm taking is medical terminology, which is actually harder than I thought it would be, to be honest. Because there's like, each week we do a chapter in the book, and really, it's only a semester class. So it goes from, when did we start? The end of August until like Christmas time. And I think, personally, I think that should have been a whole year class, so we could have spaced out the information. But it isn't, so you know, I'm doing it. But it's just taking up a lot of my time. And luckily this week, we had fall break. So that's why I scheduled my stream this week. Because I don't have any homework or studying, so that's good. Yeah, Jean says her niece took a similar course online from a Texas institute. And it was so hard, but she did well. Yeah, this is hard. It's a lot of memorization, I'm finding. And a lot of stuff kind of thrown at me that I didn't really previously know. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I'm taking this as an online class. So I don't know if it would be easier in person. I think it would still be hard either way, honestly. But I'm really glad that I only took the one class this semester. Because I think if I had taken like a full load, I don't even know how I would do that. Because I don't think there'd be like enough time to fit it all in, honestly. But I am enjoying it, learning about the different things and different terms and whatnot. So, yeah, Kmart says it's like learning a new language. Yeah, that is true for sure. All the word parts and different things. It's intense, I'd say. Okay, so I got this image right here on the screen I'm showing you. And it's still not really showing up completely true, but that's okay. I think we're just gonna leave it. You get the general idea. Most of the other colors are pretty true. Just the bottom one is supposed to be uh, shades of red, and it isn't necessarily showing that. Here, let me change the brightness. Maybe that'll help me. No. I don't know. Oh, and another question I have for you guys is, how is the sound? I did the test recording yesterday, and the sound seemed pretty good. But I'm curious how you guys are feeling about the sound. I can definitely adjust it up or down if it's too loud or too soft. I have a microphone here that I'm using instead of just using like the webcam mic or the computer microphone. So I don't know how that's picking it up. Oh, sound is fine, Gene? Okay, that's good to know. So I had this phase with my art where I was really kind of into three-dimensional things. And that's kind of what inspired this little doodle. And with the interlocking little, uh, not squares, but rectangles. Okay, I'm getting results that the sound is good. Alright. So let me go on to the next one here. I don't know what's on the next page, so it'll kind of be like an adventure for all of us here. Oh, this one I like. But I don't know if you'll be able to see it, and it's kind of picking up the page behind it here, which has ink drawing on it, so I'll try to hold it up. Okay. Now, first thing I see is the autofocus is not autofocusing at the moment. Maybe that little card will do something. Focus. Woohoo. Focus. I don't know why it's not. There we go. When I have the autofocus on, it doesn't seem to want to focus. But when I focus it manually, it seems okay. Well, Gene says check the autofocus. So I have the, okay, now the autofocus is on. Oh no, she says uncheck it. Yes, I forgot about the lag. That's my troubles. So I think the last consensus was uncheck it, which that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now it's supposed to be Mickey Mouse here. But it's no longer in color. So gotta do some changes here. Now you're really seeing what's on the other side, which I will hold it up in a second. It's kind of a light sketch. There, you can kind of see it. I don't know if you all can see it. Well, I'm guessing if I can see it, you all can see it. Gene says if I put a white page in between the Mickey Mouse, it will show it better. And I think that's true. Let me get a white page. Yes, I think that did help. That was a good idea, because the behind it was showing through because that had ink on it. I'd inked that part. So it does still look a little dark, but I think that is mostly because, well, first, my pencil wasn't horribly dark. And second, if I turn the brightness up, it just flashes the whole thing out. So basically, this stream, I kind of planned on starting with show and tell, as you've kind of been noticing. And just kind of going through some of my sketchbooks and whatnot. And I'm wondering if it's going to get any better or if that's about as good as it's going to get. I'm not really sure. Well, no, wrong way. That did more harm than good here, and I put the contrast down. I don't know, what do you guys think? Wondering if I should say as good as it is, or if I should keep trying to monkey. Because the thing that I found, even like yesterday and the day before when I was setting all this up, is the background I have here is supposed to be purple velvet. And it's like way black now. Which doesn't matter, the focus is not on the background. It's on the Mickey Mouse right now here. So that's what I did. I actually really liked that one. It turned out pretty good. I find, and I think a lot of people find, that if they're using a reference, it turns out a lot better, and that's kind of what I've found. That if I try to do something like just out of my head, I'm never really happy with it. So let's see what's on the next page. That was Mickey. Oh, no, I have this white paper now. Change that. Ah, this is when I started getting into Zentangle. You know, Zentangle is growing in popularity among the Ustream art community. And I'll zoom in a little here, because this doesn't take up the whole page. So zoom. Move my book up a little. Well, we're kind of losing both things here. Might just have one or the other. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Got it all in frame here. So it's a little hard to see all the details in my little Zentangle thing here that I tried to do but never finished. But on the bottom you'll see that is the aura knot. That pattern is called. And it did take me a while to learn how to do it. I struggled with it a little bit. Mostly I think because the way I draw a star is like different than you have to draw it for this way. Like I kind of draw it where you like start with and make like an A and then connect the ends. And this you kind of had to go like around the edge. I don't know. Anyway, I struggled with it, as you see in the top. But the bottom ones actually turned out pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you can maybe see some more detail. So as far as it goes, zoomed in. Now it is I put the autofocus on. Let's see if that's any better. Maybe we'll turn the brightness up slightly. It seems somewhat fuzzy still, but I know it's probably because Ustream doesn't do HD, so I'm thinking that's why. Alright. Yeah, thanks, Jean. She says, nice tangles. Yes, I really do like them too. Haven't done a whole lot of Zentangle, but you'll see there is some throughout here that I've done. I got a couple years ago for Christmas or birthday or something. I got myself a book on Zentangle. It was like Zentangle a Day, I think was called. And that's what kind of got me started on it. And I know now I've looked online, of course, and there's like tons of things online, like tanglepatterns.com and various other things. And this, I did date this one, was in October of 2014. So, oh, here we have another Zentangle. Zoom out one notch here so we can fit the whole thing on the screen. What pen did I use? Good question. I like to use the Pitt pens from, I don't remember at the moment who makes. Oh, Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I gotten a set that had like 4 black ones in it, and it was like fine, extra small, small, and brush tip. My favorite is the small tip here. Faber-Castell Pitt pens. No, it's not gonna focus. And this one is in small. And that's the one I generally use. If it's something more fine, I'll go with the extra small, but I like the small nib. And the main reason that I like the Pitt pens is because they have India ink in them, which is permanent. So if I wanted to go like over the top of something like this and do like watercolor or something, then it won't smear or move. And also, I like it because a lot of times I'll do like a pencil sketch first and then ink in with the pen. So then once the ink is dry, then I can go and erase my pencil lines and it doesn't try to erase the pen. However, I have found, and I don't know if anyone else who has used these pens has found this to be true, but if I don't let the ink dry completely, it does start to smear with the eraser. So that is one thing that I kind of have to be careful of. Now it does look right now kind of like gray and white, but I'm telling you, I did use black pen. It's just the camera is not seeming to pick up the black right now so well. Let's see if we... Oh, no, that's helping a little bit here. I'm changing the contrast. Okay. Now we're cooking. Alright, there, that's much better. Someone says they think that Debbie on Ustream uses the smear of the Pitt pens to her advantage when she does her art with them. I think I've seen her do that with the smudging. So that's kind of interesting. That you could use it to your advantage as well. So that is that page. What's next? Okay, here's some more Zentangles. And I will zoom in here. Yes, the color is a lot better after I changed the contrast. That really did help with the black and white. Because before I was just doing with the pencil sketch. And this I had the ink in there. So that really did help. Now you notice the one is completed on the right side, but the one on the left is not completed. I don't know why I don't complete things. That's my problem. As I start everything and I never complete any of it. I have like a million half-finished things going. Alright. So here I tried some different patterns. You'll see some basket weaves, different things. Alright. And what do we have next? This page, okay, this page I like. It's one of my favorites. And I don't know again why I didn't finish it. I'll probably say that like 1,000 times today. Why didn't I finish it? Okay, let me zoom out here. So I had this idea to do hearts and fill them in, each one with a different Zentangle pattern. Part of it is that I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. And so I didn't want to do a square if I didn't have a pattern I thought I could do reasonably well at. Well. And so I did a few of them, and then I don't know, I just kind of stopped and moved on to other things. I always meant to go back and finish it. But that never happened. But I do like how it started out. And I think if I finished it, I think it would be very nice. Oh, thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Mitts. See, I think one of the things with me and Zentangle, I guess I'm kind of half and half. But when I'm doing something like this where I want it to be really good, I'll be tempted, if it's like a pattern that works off a grid, I'll be tempted to get a ruler out, and that's just like anal. But I think that our Janet could relate to that, because I think that's kind of how she is. And I'm kind of surprised actually that Janet isn't here. So I thought she said she was going to try to be here. Oh, she must have had something else going on. Oh, that's okay. We'll zoom in a little so we can get some details here on these tangles. Alright. So that's that one. Then I tried some random stuff. See, none of this is too great. The Zentangle is probably the best in this book so far. Yes, someone says in chat they hope I go back and finish those heart Zentangles. And you know, I kind of do too, now that I've got this book out. Because I haven't actually worked in this sketchbook for quite some time. And now that I see it again, I am kind of tempted to go back and finish them. And I don't know what all the patterns are. So if anyone liked a particular pattern, sorry I can't help you with the name of it. Oh, thanks, Dorothy. Yeah, I like that daisy one too. So this one here that we got was kind of a bunch of random things. I don't know if I was trying to Zentangle in between. I don't know what I was doing really. But I think I was just doodling really random stuff there. Oh, here's some more doodles. She's working on that aura, not Zentangle pattern. Trying to figure out how to do that star. And also more here where I was working on the aura, not blank paper between here. And I'll tell you, that aura knot, it's pretty, but it got me. I know Janet the other day on her channel was doing Zentangle, and she did not do the aura knot, but she did a pattern that had a similar kind of weaving idea. And man, I just thought, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Something I'll have to work on, I guess. Okay, I got some blank pages. Just looking what's in here. Some of these pages are just scratch paper that I used. Ah, here's a good page to show you. Alright. Drew this little girl. Hee hee. I like her and I will zoom in. I had a small phase where I decided I wanted to draw people. It was a small phase. I think I only had like 3 people's sketches. Not like portraits, just like cartoony kind of things. It's the contrast. But there we go. Now I can kind of see it. And I think that's as zoomed in as this camera will go here. Yeah, it is. So I did that cute little girl. And I don't think you can see. She's supposed to have a fang. Here, I'll try to hold it up. So I am kind of jiggly here. I don't know if anyone caught the random fang there. And then on the bottom of the page, I did a random, I don't know if it was an alien or what, fairy guy. So I'll try to hold them up again so I can get a little closer. Oh, out of focus. 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 Woohoo. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm not the greatest drawer, but I'll have to start somewhere. Okay, let's see what else is in this sketchbook. Okay, this one I like too. I don't know if it was supposed to be an actual flower. It kind of turned out more like a lollipop, to be honest. I thought that was kind of cutesy. I agree, Cindy. At least I'm trying. And practice does help, I think. And I think it's also good that I'm doing this stream too and sharing my drawings, even though they're not like perfect. To kind of show people that even if it's not perfect, that doesn't mean it's bad, you know? So then I tried to draw another girl. I'll have to zoom way out. This is like a full page here. Oh, not all the way up. Just out enough. Okay, let's see. Contrast. So you can see some of the details even though it's dark. And this time I was practicing on, well, lots of things, but mainly hair. I wanted to try hair that had like different kinds of different strands that you could see with this one. And I don't think it turned out too bad actually. I'm pretty happy with this how this one turned out. Although it does not look like she has any clothes. I maybe should have given her a shirt. But it's not so low that you would see, any private parts. So, And also, she does not have any eyes, as you noticed. I gave her glasses, because I'm not very good at drawing eyes. And I decided they were going to be kind of like sunglasses or something. That they're like tinted. So you really couldn't see her eyes. So that's kind of how I got around that one. And I'm also sorry, I hope my chair isn't squeaking too much when I get up. It's kind of a squeaky chair. Alright, so then I decided in 2015 that I was going to try Inktober. And so here's what I ended up with. For one of my drawings, I did a scarecrow. I thought he was cute. Scarecrow. Not horribly detailed, but just detailed enough. And that was the first one I did. And then after that, I thought, oh, I really should have a title page that says like Inktober 2015, whatever. And I couldn't put that in the beginning to make it like a little series. So I did the cover before I did, after I did one of the insides. But that doesn't matter. Yes, he is cute, isn't he? Oh, I just love him. Hee. Then I did this one. It's kind of hard to see the whole thing in one shot here. So zoom up so you can kind of see what I had on the top. And basically I just had more leaves on the bottom. And how I had the leaves is I kind of made it like almost like a garland almost or something. Like attached to the Inktober banner. I thought that was kind of clever. And then, did I do any more or did I give up after 2 days? Let's see. No, I did not give up. I did this guy. And he is actually a coffee mug that I own. And so I thought, why don't I draw that for Inktober? So in 2015, that was one of my Inktobers. And the coloring isn't the greatest because I was using markers that were just water-based markers. So they didn't like blend or do anything cool. And they weren't the greatest on that paper either. But I tried to give it some shading and different colors because it is, a three-dimensional mug. So I tried my hand at that. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I have to say, if you've seen the mug in person, it is even cuter than the picture. the mug is adorable. So then I thought, well, I did the mug. What do I want to do next? On the back side of the page, I did this, which I'll explain in a second. She might be wondering, what is it? We get some zoom in here. We can zoom in a little bit. It's not so big. Now what this is it's a picture of a door knocker that we actually have in our house. And we didn't buy it. It came with the house when we bought it. And it's inside our garage on the door that goes from the garage to the house. So no one really sees it except for us. And no one uses it because that's not an outside door. But it's basically just this bronzy colored metal door knocker with a fish and these weird symbols. I'd wondered what the symbols were, and I'd asked on Facebook my friends if anyone knew. And someone thought that it was some kind of a Christian symbol, which I thought was really cool. And so I decided to draw that for Inktober. And then I think after that I gave up that year. I've never done all 31 days. And honestly, I don't think I will ever do all 31 days. But every time October comes around, I always feel inspired that I should get back into doing ink drawings. Or just drawings in general. So, but then after a couple of days, I'm like, oh, I have this or that, or, excuses why I can't do it. And motivation, whatnot. So I usually only do, I think, maybe 5, maybe. What else is in here? Anything good? I'll have to get something else out here. Okay. Then I had a period of time where I was kind of thinking I wanted to get into making mandalas, or mandalas, or whatever they're called. So I started this one. Nice sip of water here. I'd always meant, well, to finish it, I was thinking, I guess, well, I didn't really know, I just kind of made it up as I went along. But I was thinking to fill the whole page, but didn't end up doing that. But I like how it came out, and I thought maybe I would add some color. Because I'd seen Barb Owen do mandalas, and she always adds color to hers, which I thought was always really neat. But never got around to coloring this one, again, unfinished. So maybe I should have, I don't like to put rules on myself. But I was thinking, I can't start something new until I finish something I've started. I don't know, that's probably a bad idea, but... And I'm almost tempted, just looking at this now, I think, wouldn't that be a great digital illustration? Hi, Janet! Hey! I was wondering if you were going to stop by. Right now I'm just showing some of my sketchbook drawings. And I have a mandala that I made right now. And I was just saying that I'm considering right now, having just looked at it again, considering making it into a digital illustration. And doing it on the computer because I took some classes, college classes, in graphic and web design. And so I learned how to use like Adobe Illustrator and things like that. So I'm thinking that that would be fun to do on there. Uh, well, Janet says that she sees the mandala, but she doesn't hear any sound. And I don't know why that is. There should be sound. I don't know if that's just Janet or if others are having sound troubles. Okay, Cindy says there is sound, so it must just be Janet. Okay, they're saying we have sound. Alright, must be on Janet's end here. Oh, she figured it out. She had her sound turned off. Okay. Well, now we got that figured out. So I did say, hi Janet. I don't know if you heard that. And I also said, right now, I'm showing my sketchbooks, and I have a mandala right now that I'm going to turn into a digital drawing. Alright. So then I went toiling around one day with my Prismacolor Premier pencils. And I thought I had made a swatch chart that was just basic. And I thought, why don't I make it into a color wheel? Okay, we gotta change the settings on this one a lot here. We're not seeing like any colors. There we go, it's coming back now. Kinda. Yeah. There we go, put the saturation back on. Dorothy. So I turned it into a color wheel and grouped my pencils by color. Now it's a little hard to see, it's a little fuzzy, but you can get the idea of what I did here. And I have since made a smaller version that I keep with my pencils on a small piece of paper to use as a reference when I want to color. And then of course, on the next page, I had all the categories like yellow, green, green, blue, green, etc. With the numbers going from outside to inside, so I knew which was which. And the colors do look more vibrant in person, but I'm sure you probably figured that. Still trying to get used to the camera settings and all that jazz. Okay, that's looking a little better. I have the, what is it, 150 set? No, that's the whole thing. I must only have 70 something or other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe I only have the 50 set. Honestly, I don't know how many Prismas I have. But those are all the Prismas I have. And it's not the 150, that's the whole thing. I do not have the full set. I only had a partial set. Janet says 72. Yes, I think that was how many I have. 72 set. That sounds about right. Here's a good one too. I have a little quote at the top of the page that says, "Let go, be free. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Everything does not have to be perfect." And then the drawing, which I will zoom out here for us. Focus. Focus. Woo. Oh, Janet says 72 colors were shown on my chart. Okay, well that makes sense, I guess, if you count the squares. Oh, bye, May. Eileen. Hi, Eileen. Trying to show sketchbooks right now, Eileen. But it's not focusing at the moment. Here it was earlier. Will this help it focus? I have the autofocus on. Oh, focus is way up there. There we go. Oh no. I don't know what's messing it here. These are back to black and white again. See, I went from color to black and white to color to black and white. Maybe it's not gonna focus. It likes my card, my focus card. Okay, there we go. There's random circles connected with lines. Alright. So then I decided I wanted to try drawing another girl again. And I'd gotten the Sketchy app for my phone. And this is the first time I tried drawing from the Sketchy app. Now I think it turned out real nice. I'm impressed, actually, with myself. And I'm thinking to turn the autofocus off. There we go. So her hair is a little light. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of her hair now that I look at it. But mainly it was her face. So that was that. Her eyes are a little big looking. But I think part of it is I don't have any eyelashes, so I think that would help jazz it up a little. They just kind of look like deep holes right now. But overall, I like it. I don't know if I'd ever be brave enough to color one in. but as a sketch, I do like it, and I would consider. I was gonna say I would consider inking it in, but I don't know. Part of me feels like if I haven't worked on it in like a long time, then it kind of is finished, just because I stopped working on it. But I don't know. That's kind of dumb. I think we're almost to the end of this sketchbook here. What do you think? This one was kind of a random one. I had a number stencil. Not number stencil. Letter stencil. I had a letter stencil. Which I randomly overlapped different letters. Then I started coloring some of them in. I have to admit, right now, that I was slightly inspired with this overlapping letters by Jean, our musical scrapper. She had done a stencil that had numbers that were overlapping. So that sort of inspired me to try letters overlapping. And I like it. It did take up a lot of my marker to color it. So that was kind of a downside. But other than that, I liked it. I don't know exactly if I was just going to color them all different colors or what I was really planning. Yes. Someone said that that would be a good one to practice coloring on, referring to my girl I just showed, my sketch of a girl. And that's true, that was a nice one. Oh, kitties. I don't think you'll even be able to see this one. It's awful light. Okay. Oh, you can kind of see it. It's kittens in a basket with balloons on the tied to it. So kind of like, not like a hot air balloon, but it's sort of. But this one is hard to see. It's probably one of my lighter ones. Because I tend to draw light because I like to erase. Yeah, I know, Mitz. You can't see it. Yeah. I can barely see it myself, too, to be honest with you. Maybe if I hold it up, you can see. I'm messing with the settings here, trying to see here. And now it's really dark. Yeah. Let me hold it up and see if it'll pick anything up. Kittens. Let's heart-shaped balloons. Yeah, that one's really hard to pick up. think, do I have anything else in here? I think that's all I have in this book here. And I'll put this card back so it doesn't look like it's a black screen there. It's just the background I have there. Now, one thing I wanted to show is not really so much sketch oriented, but it's kind of like some of my crafty hobbies. And one of the things I've been working on is counting cross stitch. And on Twitter, I had been showing for a while some of the pieces I've been working on. Like last year for Christmas, I did a Snoopy piece that I turned into a magnet for my uncle. And for a while, I've been working on a panda bear that I had shown some of my work in progress pictures. I hadn't shown it for a while, so I thought to share it now. Now I have to adjust the colors because that looks really washed out. Really come back to life. Starting to come out here. There! Woohoo! And I'll show you in a second the actual picture, what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So some of it is kind of hard to pick up. The grays and the black picked up pretty well, but there is actually a whole big chunk that's white. So it says, is this on linen? No, it's on like typical cross stitch, like Aida fabric, I think they call it. It was a kit. So it is fabric, I guess, so it is kind of like a linen, I guess. Not really sure how to describe it. It's not horribly stiff. It's somewhat stiff, but it's flexible. And it was a kit that I'd gotten from my grandma. Had it. And this is the little sheet that went along with it. See, I don't know if we can show them both in the same frame. But that's what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So it's taken me a long time, but I'm enjoying it. It's a nice little project. So that is my most current progress on the panda, if anyone had been following on Twitter when I started it. Let's see, what else did I want to show you guys? Yeah, I had a big basket of stuff I brought down here. I didn't know what I was going to want to show or not. But I did something really interesting. I think I showed it on Twitter. But I had taken a class at our local bead store. And the class was on bead crochet. And what we ended up doing is we made a little miniature beaded bag. And I just have to show you how it turned out. I can get the handles untangled. There we go. I'm not even sure how well this is going to pick up. This might. Oh, I know. I want something to put for size comparison so you could see how small it really was. Here, I got a quarter here. It's really flashed out the quarter, but it is a quarter, that's what it is. And it's a little drawstring bead crochet bag. Now I'll try to fix the settings here. Wow, Dorothy. She said her 86-year-old sister, or I don't know if it's sister-in-law or son-in-law, or what, must be sister-in-law, I guess. Anyway, can still do cross stitch, one thread over on 18 count linen. Wow. That's pretty good. Okay, gotta fix the colors here. You can see here what the colors even are. I might have to put it on white paper. Oh, no, it's coming back. Okay, kinda. Hey, let me get the white paper. Sec. I don't know if that's any better. There we go, kinda. It's brown. And the white paper is kind of fuzzed out, but the bag itself is nice. And it was all done with like the smallest beads you could imagine. I don't know what size beads they were. And like a gazillion yards of thread. And it does open and close. It really works. So it opens, you could put whatever inside. Just whoop. Janet says, teeny tiny cute bag. I'd love to have one if I had a quarter to put in it. Janet. Oh, but because of Eileen, she doesn't have a quarter to put in it. Ha! Yeah, I don't have anything in it right now. But I used to I had a little stone that I kept in it. That actually one of the ladies at the class brought for us each to have one to put in there. So that was kind of neat. I mean, you couldn't really put a whole lot in it. A quarter is really all you could put in it. It's not like a purse size or anything substantial. Although, you could make one that was bigger. The pattern's not too difficult, that you could upsize it. Yes, Eileen. Eileen says, don't let Janet fool you. She can fill it with silver dollars. Yes, I bet she could. So now you've kind of seen the bag. What I'll do here is I'll kind of flip it. Oh, it's still got the stone in there. Sure. That was a little stone I had inside of here. I don't know what kind the lady said it was. Let's see. But I'll reverse it inside out here. So you can see that it's actually all crocheted, and each stitch you just slid a bead on to the string. See, it's all tiny crochet. I think the crochet hook, I think they said was like a size 6 or something, which is very tiny if you're familiar with crochet at all. So that's how the inside, when you flip it inside out, this is how it turned out. But I'll put it back to the right side up so you can see the beads here. Now I have to say it was a cool project, but I would not recommend it for anyone that does not like working with really tiny things. Because it was definitely for someone with good eyes. But the lady who taught the class did say that you could use bigger beads, and that would make it easier. And I do agree, I think bigger beads would make it easier. And faster, too, because it would come together a lot faster. Oh, hi, Cheshire. Let's see. Did I have those? Oh, I put them inside here. I've also made a few other jewelry pieces. I kind of got into that for a while. And I made 2 rings I made at a jewelry class at the local bead store. And they are just getting into metalworking. And they're starting a metal working studio. And so I made these here. Because I don't know if will it focus on the crystals. Maybe take this white paper out. Get my little focusy card here. Oh, phooey. It's not gonna focus, is it? Focus. Focus. It's not liking the real close-up shots. Let's put the autofocus back on. There we go. That kind of it comes and goes. So it's just a basic ring. Just made out of, they called it base metal, and I'm not really sure what, Yeah, type of metal is a base metal. But then we put these 3 little crystals in here and wrapped it. And the other one we made is actually out of sterling silver wire. And it has these 3 little pearls in it, which I thought were neat. And what I especially liked is it's got this little finishing touch on it. And I want to show here if it will focus. There, it's got those 2 little balls on the end. And that actually, we got to use a torch to create that. So that was really cool. I'd never done anything like that before. And then this I made on my own. Not with a class, I mean. See how zoomy can we zoom here? The white paper black because it's got black beads in it. Okay. So this is a bracelet I made. It's on stretchy cord. And it's made, the black, oops, the black beads in it are actually, I don't know if we can get a close up here. If you looked at it, it looks kind of like a crater. It's got like little dents and divots in it. Oh, there we go. It's not really picking up the dents and the divots that I'm trying to describe here very well. But anyway, they call it lava stone. And apparently, I think it's supposed to be made from lava. I think. And then I just added some glass beads and not anything special. But I wear this one quite often, actually. And then I have to show this next one. Because I watched a Dee Dee Willingham stream. It was quite a while ago. And she had her granddaughter on, Boo. And she was making bracelets. And she was kind of showing how to, kind of. And I thought, well, that doesn't seem so hard. I think maybe I could figure that out. So I copied her technique and I made this. So it's just a wrap bracelet with blue and white little beads inside with a brown cord around the edge. And then to secure it on the end, I used, and I don't know how well it's going to pick it up, a button. It's actually a metal button that I tied on the end here. And then it just slides through the loop on the other end. And that's the closure. And then this one, I really like this one. Especially the beads, I think, really make this one unique here. Maybe it'd be better if I took the white out. Yeah. Kind of pinkish, coralish kind of beads, but they've got all this cool variation in it. Don't know how well it's going to pick up. Yeah, there. It comes and goes with the focus here. But it's got like this darker red color. It looks like it was almost drizzled on the beads. Perhaps. And then I had these little black beads, and they were cheap. These black ones were cheap. I got them in some kind of a craft kit when I was like a kid. Anyway, I still had some around, and I put them in here. And they were supposed to have gold lettering on them that said Hope. They spelled out Hope, H-O-P-E. But as you can see or not see, the letters have rubbed off because obviously I wore it and such. But it said Hope in the beginning. And for the closure, I'll show you what I did here. It's an adjustable bracelet, so it can go from being really wide, or you can pull, and then you put it on, you can pull these little cords here. Boop. Boop. And it's got this little piece I put in that helps it to do that, which I don't know, can we pick that up? Yeah, it's just kind of like a macrame stitch piece there that kind of keeps the two ends together. Oh, there we go. You can really see the beads now with the cool splattering effect on it. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. And some have it more splattered on than others. So that I think is all my jewelry items that I had to show and tell. But I wanted to show that some things that weren't just sketching and whatnot. I know. I'll just show a couple of these. I had an era where I was into making friendship bracelets. And I've got a ton here. I've got this whole little jar here. This is really zoomed in. Let's zoom out a second. You don't need to be so zoomed in. Okay. This whole jar here, all full of friendship bracelets that I've made. And I'll pull a few out that are my favorites, just to show some of what I've done. I made this little heart one. And this one that's just more of kind of a random design. Oh yes. Marilyn says that bracelet that I showed before, where the letters were scratched off, she says now it's a secret message. That's a great idea. That's a great way to look at it. This one I did is a zigzag. Whoop, zigzag. I mean, there's all sorts of different patterns you can make with these. I just make them with embroidery thread. And then you just do a series of knots and knot it all together. It's kind of like macrame, really, if you are familiar with that at all. Oh, this is one I started but didn't. Well, I finished it, but I was too afraid to tie off the ends because I didn't know how long I wanted it. So it's got this big tail at the end here. This is a fun one. Blue and orange. Let's see. Do I have any other nice ones that I could show? Oh, yes. This one. Oh. Mm-hmm. I want to show it this way. That's a good idea. Oh, long ways. This is actually one of my favorites because it's more wider and more intricate than some of the others. Let's see. Some of these other ones aren't too fantastic. I don't want to show them all. That will take forever. I'll just show this one way in the bottom. One I did with beads in it, where I added beads. Don't even know if you can really see much. It's supposed to be little V's. I'm going to put the white paper back. There. Little V's, and then between the little V's is 3 beads. See? There we go. Alright, let's see. Oh, Jennifer, I think you must have came in when I was showing something. Oh, hi. Yes, and Jennifer says that the lava bracelet, the one with the lava stone bracelet I showed earlier, was beautiful and perfect for Halloween. And you know, I would agree. So that's my friendship bracelets for you guys. You can see some of what I've done. I've really been meaning to try to photograph them, but I haven't really gotten around to getting a good setup for that. So let's see, was there anything else I really wanted to show in this stream? I mean, of course, there's a lot more I could, but I don't want the stream to be too long. We're already at an hour and 40 minutes. Here. So, I'm not sure if or when I'll stream again. It's not going to be like an every Tuesday thing. Because usually I'm busy on Tuesdays, and it just so happened this Tuesday I didn't have anything going on. But I'm thinking I might just do impromptu here or there if I have something I want to work on and no one's on. But I don't really have any big plans. The only reason I did this, like I said in the beginning of the stream, was because it was my 2-year anniversary of joining the Ustream art community. So that was the main reason that I did this stream for you guys and for myself. So I know it wasn't... Oh, Janet says the weekends are pretty empty. Well, I'm usually very free on the weekends. I really don't have anything going on then. So I'll have to think about that and see kind of what people are doing when and whatnot. If I want to hop on here and there. The thing is, where I have my setup right now for streaming, this stream, is downstairs in my little sewing area where I usually have my sewing machine set up. And I have that moved right now for this. And eventually I'll want to put that back up so I can work on sewing projects. So it's kind of one of those things where I have to set it up and take it down every time. It's not really a permanent solution. But I'll see if maybe I can figure out a different place to do it that would be easier to film, that I wouldn't have to take down, set up every time. So yeah. So in the beginning of the stream, I don't think everyone was here yet. When I very first started, I had shown these cute little guys. Janet, clutch your pearls. Monkey, monkey, monkey. His name is George. Then I've got Owl. And Elephant Mouse. Oh, Marilyn says she remembers when I first came to Dee Dee's. Yes. And I don't know. Oh, did I make George? No, I did not make George. I bought George. Although I have thought about making one. But I haven't got around to it, so. But I like him. He's cute. And I was gonna try to make him some clothes one time. But it didn't go very well. I don't really know how to make clothes without a pattern. I didn't have a sock monkey pattern, so. He just wears his brown clothes. All natural, I guess. So I thought I'd show those again in case people didn't see. Yes, George doesn't have any clothes on. We'll put that there. To cover up anything. So I'm not really sure what else I want to do today. I don't know if anyone else is streaming today. I don't think so. I think Tuesdays are usually pretty free. But now we're at an hour and 45 minutes, so I think what I'm gonna do right now is stop the recording because I don't want this to get too long. And then I think I'll go for today. But it's been really fun, and I've enjoyed showing some of my stuff. I have a bunch more I can show, but I think I'll save that for a different stream, perhaps. And I hope you didn't find this boring. I hope you found this interesting. And I also wanted to say I'm going to put this on my YouTube, which is Miss Allie K is the name of my YouTube channel. And it will also be on Ustream. So if anyone wants to watch it again or watch it that did not get to see it, that is where it will be. Also, I have Twitter, which people can follow me at if they want. And that is Miss Allie K09. So thank you all for coming. Bye guys.